Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 3 in the Play All 4 series of Fredinhiovic against Peter Host in the Farmers League 2024. Now, the first two games decisively went into the favor of our blue player Fredinhiovic. So he goes into this game as the heavy favorite, and the underdog is Peter Host in the yellow here, playing as the Italians. So choosing a water sieve for Team Islands makes a lot of sense. Italians, I think, have cheaper dock technologies, cheaper uptimes to the next age, so they are very well suited to playing on water. So maybe this gives Peter Host a chance in this game to go for some water domination. But of course, on the other side, Fredinhiovic plays as the Vikings. Historically, they have always been the strongest water sieve until Forgotten Empires buffed the fire ship, or even introduced the fire galley. So nowadays you can build fire galleys, like a minor fire ship in feudal age, that counters galleys more or less, and that makes water play a lot more interesting, because before it was just galley wars, galley micros from the feudal age until the imperial age, and now you can go for fire galleys, or you can still go for galleys if you have a strong micro and can build up numbers, and you can also go for demo ships to destroy enemy fire galleys and fire ships. So yeah, the water has become a lot more interesting in recent years. Still, I don't like it too much. I much prefer land maps, but from time to time it's fine to see some water action, and this is what I expect we will see today. Players will go for docks, I am sure. So Freddy, okay, is being housed, almost being housed, but he has 4 villagers on wood, which is not quite enough yet to build a dock. So this villager is aimlessly wandering around. I think he wanted to go to berries and then realized, oh, it's a water map. It's Team Islands. I have to build a dock. So he's looking for the shoreline now, which he just now can find it. It's a bit of a weird shape, this island, triangular. It's quite a long distance from Freddy's TC to the front, but yeah, he gets it and builds his dock next to some very lovely box turtles that he can fish from, and then he'll go for fishing ships. But I have to say, Peter Host has the better build order here, it seems, because Peter Host is already creating his first fishing ship. This puts him slightly ahead, although idle time is very similar now, so quite even with a fishing ship lead for Peter Host, so that should give him the advantage. So he should be able to get up to the feudal age first if he wants to, but however, very interesting, something I haven't pointed out, Peter Host has built a back dock, something we don't often see. Usually players build front docks where there's plentiful fish, and then it's a water war from the feudal age onwards to take control of this fishing area. But Peter Host has different plans, so with a back dock I suspect he will go for a fast castle and then go fire ships to crush Freddy on water from there. Freddy, on the other hand, with the Vikings cannot go fire galleys or fire ships, so the Vikings are the only civ that you still have to play this old school style galley mass, or maybe go to Castle Age and go for galleys or war galleys or longbows. No, not longbows. What are they called? Longships. I forgot what these Viking ships are called that you can build in Castle Age. Maybe we'll see them with their colorful sails. as we see, Peter Host now advancing to the feudal age first, which is very surprising. Quite a bit of idle time, but he will be up first with one villager less, 2 villagers less actually, and same number of fishing ships. This doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why Peter would go for such a quick feudal age timing. Clearly he won't go feudal age aggression, otherwise why would he build a back dock? But maybe he has a special build order and manages to click up to castle age anyway. On the other side of the map we now see a transport ship from Freddy, so he doesn't want to go feudal age galley wars. He wants to go aggressive on land because Freddy is very comfortable playing on Arabia and similar land maps, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't like to play on water. This was this was Peter Host's home map, so Freddy wants to land and play it more like a land-based game from there, which I like very much. I think that's very strong. I don't think Peter Host will expect this. Let's see his scouting. Yeah, he hasn't even scouted the front of his base, which is a bit sloppy, but okay, he's coming there now. And yeah, if you Team Islands, I think you should have scouted your island by now. Now he sees the barracks. Could maybe try to snipe those villagers. Do they have loom? Oh, they have loom, okay, so probably can't snipe them, but yeah, Peter Host sees it now. And Peter Host managed to click up to the castle age without too much delay, so that's good. He had to research town watch here, but that's good, so he can see, and now he is aware that he has been landed and goes for the barracks, and maybe he'll add some skirmishes or some scouts. Well, he doesn't really know what Freddy is going for yet. Freddy wanted to drop a tower, but has thought otherwise. And yeah, okay, now he will see the archery range, which is great. No, why? Don't fight. Ah, no. Okay, he kills the scout, but loses his scout, so he can't scout what Freddy is doing, and that's not good. But Peter is going for a fire galley now, which is very nice, because Freddy has nothing on water. And this is really surprising. So in minute 14 we see the first naval unit, the first ship, first military ship. And yeah, if Peter Host can snipe the fish, this is quite good. And Freddy is laming. Oh, he lamed the gold mine of Peter Host. I love it. And is now starting to lame the second one, but as Peter hits the castle age, he runs away with the villager. Maybe a bit scared, and this archer now causing havoc. Here the archers are coming in, so very messy for Peter Host, but Peter Host will have a knight in just a few seconds. And then he can clean this feudal age incursion and take back control of this game, and hopefully create some more navy to wreck the fishing economy of Freddy. And also what Peter could do now, but he realizes that Freddy is not going for water, he could add a front dock, and yeah, maybe once he has a knight who controls the front area, add a front dock, and then once you killed the fish from Freddy, add some fish of your own. Take advantage of the water. But let's see, first he needs to deal with the archers, so he killed one, and now he's looking for the villagers. But the villagers have been walled in, and they go for more archery ranges. Interesting. Now Freddy wants to go for crossbowman. He's almost up to castle himself now. Economy, he has a bit of a lead, Freddy. He has, okay, he has all the economy upgrades, whereas Peter Host has none, so that's not good. Peter really needs to get those, otherwise he will fall behind. And yeah, but Peter now has the knights, goes for a siege workshop because he sees that Freddy is going for more archers. That's really good. And I think this push from Freddy should be stopped now. But one thing that Peter should be doing is, because he knows there must be villagers there from Freddy, so he should really look for them instead of idling his knights. Run around the base and see if you can find those pesky villagers, because now they're dropping monasteries and that's not good. That means your knights will become a liability. And Peter now also trying to look for the fishing economy of Freddy. He found the dock. Oh, he killed. Look at that. He killed all the fish from Freddy with a single fire galley. So suddenly Peter is in the lead in terms of economy units. But of course, yeah, okay, now he's going for his first economy upgrade. That's very nice. And I would say the game is very even again, with potentially Peter even having the advantage if he can make use of his water control. Well, okay, where are these? Oh, there has been a galley from Fredinhiovic, so that's sneaky. Will kill one fishing ship, and then the other ones are running away. Yeah, Peter should really create a second fire galley here. That's what he's doing. Very nice. And then put an end to that galley. Actually, I don't know where this galley was damaged. Maybe from the fire galley here. Where is the second fire galley? Can't really see it. Oh, it's looking for a back dock. Which there is actually one. Curiously. Now, Peter Host has a mangonel, and the mangonel can nullify those monks, so, but should be careful not to get shot down by the crossbowman. And yeah, monks get shot down, crossbowmen get shot down. Peter Host has this under control, and now that this monk is also down, he could move in with his knights, try and pressure those crossbowmen. Maybe add a ram now for Peter Host to clean out those buildings, and maybe add a monk as well, because Fredinhiovic adds in the knights now, and this could be dangerous because a single knight could snipe those mangonels. However, Peter Host drops a castle now, which probably he feels like he needs it to secure his base, but I'm not too big of a fan of this because this costs a lot of stone, and I don't think you want... Ooh, yeah, that's a very nice move by Freddy here, moving in with the crossbows to attack the villagers as the mangonels were in the front, and then moving in with the knight to snipe the mangonel. Ouch! That is painful, and I think Peter will lose those second mangonel as well. And now the crossbowmen are causing havoc, sniping the knights, and all of a sudden, and despite the castle, Freddy is in the driver's seat again, pushing from multiple angles, and Peter Host seems a bit flustered. What do you do now? These Genuine crossbowmen are good against knights, but they die against the crossbowmen, so I question that choice. I think it would be better to go for your own crossbows instead of investing all this economy into a castle which ultimately doesn't protect very much, because the crossbows still run around the south side of the base. They even snipe a fire galley now. And where are the fishing ships now? They're idle. So Peter Host has added a fourth. No, this is actually the surviving fishing ship from the beginning. Oh, this crossbowman. So painful. Causing so much damage. But I have to run from the mangonel now. Yeah, so those fishing ships are idle, so I hope Peter remembers to send them back to work. And I also hope Peter adds another dock to create more fishing ship and secure better fishing, because this ship has to travel a long distance. Okay, once again Peter Host has stabilized, but now he's behind the villages. Freddy has added a second TC. He is farming, so maybe he thinks about Imperial Age soon. And Peter now going for fletching, but yeah, fletching for his Genoese crossbowmen. They are still not cost effective against crossbows of Freddy, so I think it would be better to just go for a bit of siege and maybe monks against the knights, or add some crossbows. But okay, let's see here, because Frey now adds light cav, so monks wouldn't really work here for Peter, and the crossbow still in the back. Peter is pretty much surrounded, and as we've pointed out in the previous games, Peter Host once again finds himself in that defensive mindset where Freddy has staged a single attack, this landing, and yeah, that was never cleaned up, so Freddy has always been in the offensive position except for one counterattack, which was very nice with the fire galley. And I think Freddy also could think about actually retaking the water, but yeah, I think he's not really worried about that. He just doesn't like to play water. But if Peter Host could take advantage of it, then this would be a problem for Peter Host, for Fredinhiovic, because on the water he could be outboomed. Instead, he's landing with villagers now and trying to drop a castle, but there's a mangonel of Peter Host, and ooh, some nice shots here. Wow, villagers going down, and the castle is even deleted. I think Freddy could just bring his light cavalry units and then get the castle up anyway, but the light cav is busy up here killing a mangonel, and this army of Freddy is now looking scary. And behind all of this aggression, Freddy is slowly getting enough resources to click to the Imperial Age. This is good for Peter. His crossbows are not patrolled, so it takes some shots by the Genoese crossbowmen, but without ballistics it's not too effective. And they don't even have Bodkin arrow now. As I say that, Peter Host researches Bodkin arrow, but yeah, whilst he's researching Bodkin arrow, Freddy will click Imperial in a moment, or maybe once he gets this castle up, because he's lacking the second castle age building. I don't like this castle. I think the castle should be here on the main gold with the army lead, but yeah, Freddy doesn't want to take any risks, and he doesn't need to take any risks because he is on the offensive, and Peter will probably never get out from that defensive position. Something that Peter could maybe have tried is a counter landing with his knights, as he still had them, maybe even with some Genoese crossbows, to attack the vulnerable underbelly of Freddy, soft underbelly. But yeah, Peter doesn't think about it. He is so concerned with defending, and unfortunately, defense doesn't win you games. Freddy is up now, so he must have built a university. Yeah, exactly. And a monastery. Building more archery ranges, so he wants to go for crossbows and arbalests in Imperial. And Peter is far from Imperial, so he might actually just resign once Freddy hits Imp. Let's see. Because at this point it's really a huge lead for Freddy. 7,000 more resources collected. He has comparable army size, but a much better economy. And soon he'll have the tech advantage. And I think now there's nothing Peter Host can do. Maybe some ballsy counter landing, but I think once the Imperial Age hits, that's too late as well. Freddy could even just drop a defensive castle if he was worried about that. Still, I would like to see Freddy to go for some ships, and he has built some docks here. So that could be very nice. Just add some galleys, go for war galleys, or add some longboats. That's the name, longboats. And those could snipe any remaining ships from Peter. And what is this? Oh no, the fishing ships from Peter Host are gathering box turtles at the other end of the map. That's very unfortunately, and I don't know how that happened. I think it's must have been a misclick, or maybe because they had scouted this box turtle, then they went to collect them when the fish here ran out. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. This recently happened to me as well, that my fish just went to the other side of the map, and I think that's something that the Age of Empires developer team has to fix, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, why are those ships gathering fish from the other side of the map? But here the traps are out now for Freddy, and I think the Mangonel will get shot down because Arbalists have Bracer, and Peter Host calls the GG. Well played, Freddy, and with that Freddy takes the series with a 3-0 lead. The players still have to play game number 4, but at this point there's nothing to win anymore for Peter. He can only try to reclaim some of his lost honor by taking a victory. But yeah, no more points to be gained, so Freddy goes up to how many points? He has 1 point from the group stage so far, 2 points from the earlier round, and now another 3 points, so he is on 6 points, and that brings him even with myself. And Peter Host, unfortunately, still on 2 points from his placement game in round 1. Couldn't get any points so far in the group stage, but he also faced the two favorites of the tournaments, with Freddy and myself, so maybe against Gummibear and Splaybuster he can get some points finally. And I still hope for an interesting game 4. Maybe Peter Host, now that he's lost anyway, will become a bit more bold and just try something different, go for some aggression, take some risks, because, well, there's nothing to lose anymore anyway, which would really benefit Peter if he could become a bit more aggressive, a bit more ballsy. And yeah, Freddy, I think, can just keep playing as he does right now, just not overly crazy, but yeah, nice early aggressive moves, and then similar to how the Viper used to play. Take a lead early and then fortify that position. And the statistics, yeah, not too interesting. Economy-wise, we see a similar pattern here in every game where, yeah, the game is quite close until Castle Age. Peter Host takes the early Castle Age timing. Then Freddy goes ahead in economy, and Peter cannot capitalize from Castle Age because he doesn't do anything, doesn't go aggressive, and then yeah, it's just smooth sailing for our blue player. So I shall see you shortly in the next game.